VSA Future teaches writing. Okay, so VSA Future helps students develop a strong foundation in phonics, vocabulary, grammar, and reading. Every single one of these things are connected to the writing process. Okay, in language arts class in school, they are learning about all of these things, and every single one of them makes them a better writer, right? And at VSA, we also focus on incorporating these skills into our writing as well. Phonics, vocabulary, grammar, and reading. If you're unfamiliar with these terms, I'm gonna go over what each of them are. Okay, so phonics helps children comprehend letter sound correspondences to reading. So if they see the letter A, they would know the sound that it makes is A, right? So that helps their speaking as well. So they're able to pronounce words and read them efficiently. Okay, a strong vocabulary helps children write more formally. There's two different ways to write. There's writing how we speak and writing academically. Okay, when you have a stronger vocabulary, it helps you write in an academic way. This is why we value vocabulary in our writing. We need to use grammar to express ourselves fully, clearly, and subtly, right? If our grammar is off, the essay might be a little bit difficult to read. And reading exposes children to other styles, different voices, and a variety of genres in writing. Most of the time, writing is related to reading. So they kind of go hand in hand with each other. A strong grasp of language is at the heart of writing. Everything has to do with writing. And everything is like phonics, vocabulary, grammar, and reading are just the four small pieces that come together as a whole and make writing great. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through part of the VSA writing process for grades 3 through 5. Okay, so it would normally start out where, kids brainstorm, they think of ideas, they plan their chart, right? They jot it down, and eventually they will write a paragraph. So here's an example of a paragraph, anywhere from, grades 3 to 5. I'm gonna read it to you. I have a dog named Boots. He knows lots of tricks. When I tell him to, Boots will lie down. He can also greet people. When I say, dance, Boots, he will go on his 2 legs. I don't know many dogs like Boots, right? Now, remember, this is the first paragraph that this child has wrote. So there's a bunch of things that we can do to improve. That's where we come in. A lot of students don't like writing because they feel like they're lost. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to write. They don't know what to do next, right? This is how we guide them. Okay, so we're going to use the writing process of VSA to make this paragraph better. So just as a short mini lesson, we're going to focus on adjective. So we'd review with the students, what is an adjective, right? So then we go over what an adjective is. Adjectives are words that describe nouns and pronouns. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in adjectives to make our writing better. The first thing, but how do we know where we need an adjective, right? Well, we're going to find some nouns and pronouns that we can describe. So at this point, what we would do with the students is we'd go through their essay with them, right? And we'd find nouns and pronouns that they can make it better. Okay, after going through the nouns and pronouns, we'd encourage them to add in adjectives. So as you can see, the adjectives that were added are in green. So now we have a paragraph that's a little bit stronger and more specific. I have a small fluffy dog named Boots. He knows lots of cool tricks. When I tell him to, Boots will slowly lie down. He can also greet people happily. When I say dance, Boots, he will go on his 2 back legs. I don't know many interesting dog-liked Boots. So even though there are only a couple words that were added in, it makes the paragraph so much better. But we're not done yet. Remember, writing is a process. It's continually editing, okay? So next, we're gonna focus on synonyms for our words to make our vocabulary stronger.
Cedar，你要睡觉了吗？
So we would focus on synonyms to make our vocabulary stronger, okay? And then we would do this with the students, right? We would repeat the process except using synonyms and vocabulary. And then after that, right, let's say the next step is adding in more details. We'd repeat the process again, but adding in more details. Okay, so let's, just for the sake of the slideshow, we have the synonyms and vocabulary and the details together, right? But again, they're two separate processes. But when we put it all together, we have a huge improvement. I have a toy-sized fluffy dog named Boots. He knows lots of unique, good vocabulary word, tricks other dogs do not know and performs them well. When I tell him to, Boots will obediently lie down on the floor. He can also greet people when they come to the door. When I say dance, Boots, he will go on his two back legs. Then he will balance and spin around in circles. Did you know Boots can also roll over? I don't know many interesting and loyal dogs like Boots. Okay, let's take a look at the writing process improvement from the before and after. Okay, the before, you know, the student didn't have any adjectives, no vocabulary, no extra details. But because of the writing process, look how much they improved with this guidance. Okay, this paragraph is, you know, the sentences are very short, right? But here, they're more complex, right? There's more details, there's more formal writing, there's better language, okay? And look how small this one is compared to this one, right? There's a huge improvement. And when students look back and reflect on their before and see their after and reflect on the writing process that took them there, they're going to feel proud of themselves, right? And that's exactly what we want, because this is how we develop that growth mindset. Okay, these are also some other things we do at VSA, right? We would give a student the word, right? Beautiful, and have them come up with synonyms, right? Well, what's a better word than beautiful? Appealing, attractive, breathtaking, dazzling, gorgeous, handsome, lovely, luminous, radiant, right? This is where the vocabulary comes in. We become more specific with our words and our writing becomes more formal, okay? Same thing with nice. We've got all these better words in place of nice. Same thing with bad, right? Sometimes we change our language up a little bit when a student isn't grasping a concept, right? So instead of saying, you know, find the word or what's a synonym we can use, we can say, how do you say it? Or come up or ask a student, oh, what is a word, a better word we can use instead of normally, right? They can use skated, spoke, remarked, reported, added. There's just so many good words, and the students can come up with them themselves. And even if they're not able to, you know, you can kind of give them words to choose from, and they will pick the word that they think best suits their writing.